afternoon, whatever it is where you are. I hope it's a good one. Today I thought I'd come on and I'd do a tag that Sam from Memphis Make created, and I watched it yesterday and I thought, must do this. It's called, I've got it on my phone so you'll have to excuse me reading it. It's called the Would You Rather Yarn Edition. Trick or treat. And you can join Sam on this tag. I will link her below and you can go over there and listen to her answers, and you can join in. She said if you're not a content creator and you can't do it by video, pop over there and put the answers in her comment section. She'd love to hear from you. So I think we've got 8 questions. And have you ever played the game Would You Rather? I used to have a lovely book when Luke was younger that I used to really enjoy reading with him and getting him thinking. I've not really played the game much, but the book was good. Nice coffee. Coffee's hitting well today. So, as I said, there's 8 questions. I'll put them below, but make sure you go and check out Sam if you haven't met her before. So, question 1. Would you rather have a lifetime supply of yarn or an extra pair of hands to crochet twice as many things? Now, as much as I'd like to make more things, I think I'd go with a lifetime supply of yarn. Pardon me. Because my brain's already spinning way too fast and got too many things going on in it. And I think having 2 sets of hands would set off more things going around my mind, and I think it would just overcomplicate things. I like to take my time and enjoy what I'm making. If I'm making 2 things at once, I can't enjoy the one thing I'm doing. Question number 2. Would you rather have magic yarn that weaves in its own ends, or a magic yarn that changes itself to the perfect colour shade for every stitch of your project? Now that one is... I think I'll go with magic yarn that weaves in its own ends. Although I do like sitting down now and again and weaving in lots of ends while watching television or something. But I think I'll go with the weaving in of ends. It would make the project go a bit easier towards the end. Question 3. Would you rather only be allowed to use either super bulky 6 or fingering weight yarn for the rest of your life, or only be allowed to use a 2.5mm or 12mm hook for the rest of your life? I'm definitely going for the super bulky 6 or the fingering weight yarn, because the fingering weight yarn you could put lots and lots and lots together to get the weight you want. Plus, if I'm already getting a lifetime supply of yarn, I can have a lifetime supply of fingering yarn to put together to get my weight. 2.5mm or 12mm hook could be a bit limiting depending on what you're making, so definitely the super bulky 6 and fingering weight yarn. Question number 4. Would you rather make the same item repeatedly forever, or only have patterns that have the wrong stitch count and fudge them forever? No competition here. I would have patterns that have the wrong stitch count and fudge them forever, because I would get so bored making the same thing over and over and over again. Don't get me wrong, there have been times that I've made the same thing over and over again, but after a while you will get really, really bored of that. My mind needs to be kept a bit more active. Question number 5. Would you rather only use black yarn for every project or only use the bobble stitch for every pattern forever? I don't know. I don't mind doing the bobble stitch, and I don't mind using black yarn, though there are certain things you wouldn't want made up in a black yarn, I suppose. I'm going to go for the black yarn. There are some things you don't. Bobble stitch is a big yarn eater. I'm a bit on the fence about that one, but I think I'll go with the black yarn. Question number 6. I'm doing these, but I haven't really given any thought to them before I read them through and answering them. Would you rather make a big, thick, woolly blankets? Would you rather make big, thick, woolly blankets in the summer, or super thin yarn is the only yarn you can use? I think super thin yarn again. You could bulk that up and put many together if need be. So super thin yarn, unless I'm reading that wrong. Number 7. Would you rather have a perfect centre pull every time or have the perfect amount of yarn for a project every time? I think definitely the perfect amount of yarn for every project every time. Centre pulls for me hardly ever work, and it doesn't matter what way I go, from the outside or the inside, or what kind of ball of yarn I've got, it will tangle. Every ball of yarn will tangle for me, no matter what. So I'm going to go for the perfect amount of yarn for a project every time. And question number 8. Would you rather have a stash that magically restocks or have the perfect yarn in your stash for every pattern you own? I think the perfect yarn in my stash for every pattern I own. There's nothing more annoying than deciding you're going to make that, you grab a book or you open up your files and you think, I'm going to make, and then discovering you haven't got suitable yarn for it. So I would want the perfect yarn in my stash for every pattern I owned. Wouldn't that be lovely? Some really thoughtful questions there. Thanks, Sam. So I'm not going to tag anybody. If you want to do it, please do it. Just remember to tag Sam because it is hers, and the hashtag is Would You Rather Yarn Edition. So head over, see what all the fun's about, and I look forward to tag me as well if you do it, because I would love to hear your answers. And with that, I will let you go and get on with your day. Thank you for joining me, and I'll talk to you again soon. Take care, stay crafty, bye.